Hello, I'm Stephen Rast with Tobacco Cabana.
And I'm David. I'm a Texan and I love cigars. This is the Road Show. Okay. Boom. All right.
Cold draw.
The cold draw on that. Yeah, I was like, I've never smoked this before. I saw them and I like Black Label stuff. So think I got this. Can't remember where I got it.
You could just suck on that all day and let it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're back. Welcome back, guys. We're just on the cold draw on this cigar, and we're just amazed. Really good. This is the Black Label Trading Company Coffin Nails. I like the little packet that it comes in.
Yeah.
You know, little box like that, Coffin Nails. I like that, but I love the sizes like this. This is early morning, quick, cigar like this that does take a whole lot of time.
No, that.
Yeah.
Good commuter stick size.
Yeah, exactly. Commuter stick size. We need to get something in our glass because I know you guys are getting something in your glass. You need to because you know we're going to do a Texas toast. What are we toasting with?
Balmore from Garrison Brothers.
Balmore. Is that Balmore? Yeah, it is Balmore.
Yeah.
It's
so if you're not familiar with Balmore is, I think it was originally called like Indian Springs, and you'll hear it referred to in Western novels and things.
okay.
The Conservation Corps came out, it built a little campsite around it, and it's where two streams, I guess, kind of come together and are used to irrigate out in far West Texas. And it is a beautiful place to visit.
Yeah.
Huge swimming pool, I'd call it, or the small lake. You can go in there, diving boards, but great swimming in a natural environment. You're in there with the fish, and probably one of the best looking turtles you'll ever see in your life. Big turtle down there, nice mossy back. Been living there forever.
Well, it's a gorgeous bottle.
It is.
It's got this great looking metal on the side. It says Jim Murray's Whiskey Bible, the American Micro Whiskey of the Year 2019-2020, High Texas, 2020 San Francisco World Spirits Award, double gold winner. This one we tasted. We went down. We were there for Christmas. We were able to go to the Garrison Brothers distillery for a tour. Stephen and Rhonda are one of the original investors,
Right.
to get Garrison Brothers off the ground.
Yep.
Right, when you happened to cross them.
Yep.
Just off a hunting trip.
Yeah, I happened to be down in the area and heard a news article about them and went, where in the world is High Texas? Cigar Tip is one of the 598 small towns or something in Texas. Wasn't too far from where I was hunting, so I went down, found the ranch and the distillery, and met Dan at the time and Donis, and got familiar with what they were doing, which was very extraordinary in Texas, a distillery in Texas.
Yeah, this is the original Texas whiskey.
Yes.
And there's can be some arguments, but this is, if you want to get technical, it's the first legal Texas whiskey. Okay.
By a matter of months.
Yes. Okay.
It was that way.
Yep.
Yeah. And this is, like you said, the Balmore. This is 115 proof. It says it's a 5-year-old bourbon aged 4 years in a New American White Oak barrel, then transferred to another New American White Oak barrel for an additional year of aging. It's got a QR code on there. And so it's twice barreled. we did a flight testing when we were there before the tour got started, and this one was the last one, and this one was one I really liked.
Yeah.
And then you take the rest of the tour, and you go through the whole thing of the history, how it's how it's bottled. This thing right here, the tap to pull off, that's deer hide, which there's plenty of deer in the hill country of Texas. So they're not in any.
They're not endangered.
No. So you're gonna have plenty of deer hide. So I thought that was cool. It's not just a piece of rubber tab on there. It's deer hide. That's Texas.
Yep.
I love the colors. It's a turquoise type color. The star on there. It's a gorgeous bottle. Gorgeous bottle. And this is the one that I really liked when we did the flight. We did that, and that was my first. I think how appropriate that my first distillery tour. I've done breweries before. My first distillery tour is the original Texas whiskey.
Yep.
I think that's Texas Cigar Roadshow. First distillery was the original Texas whiskey. I think that's pretty cool. And we're going to be smoking the Black Label Trading Company Coffin Nails. Like I said, just the cold draw was there's a sweetness in there.
I've got a question for you two are in this. Yeah, are we?
Cedar Hill, Texas. Yeah, they.
Try talk.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know. We're glad to be here, right? I'm excited about this pairing. We are here. Dave's giving me pointers up to the side. He's right. I'm glad to be here. It's the second show of the year. We're in Tobacco Cabana and Cedar Hill. Steven, Rhonda, Bob, we love being here, right?
Right.
Hey, you guys know all that. And we're going to do a Texas toast, okay? And my producer offset, showed me, got me straight. But yeah, you guys, I hope you've got something in your glass. We're going to do a Texas toast. I'm ready to light this up. Here I am. We haven't even done a toast yet. Look, I'm all out of whack right here. I missed this and I'm going through that. But let's do the toast, man. You guys get your glasses up because we want to toast to you. Good friends, good conversation. What we call Texas toast. Cheers. 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 Boom. That color is gorgeous.
Good. The nose on this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the things we learned is take a little sip first, temper your palate.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
like we talked about before, there are people that don't like Texas whiskeys because of that funk.
Yeah.
And there's some of that funk that I just can't stand. And Garrison Brothers does have that Texas funk.
Yep.
This one doesn't have as much of the Texas funk.
It's a right amount.
Yeah.
The Texas Club. What I'm really enjoying about this is those dark, light, cheery notes on the nose.
Yeah.
Very first thing on the palate. That is what you did.
Yeah. I really enjoyed this one. And it's an double award-winning San Francisco double gold winner. So I loved it. Let's light this up, and then we're going to get you guys some news, right? But like I said, this is the Black Label Trading Company Coffin Nails. I love the packaging. I love the size, right? It's a great little short stick. I don't smoke in my car, but for those that do, this is a commuter stick. This is going to be a good 30-minute, 45-minute, depending on how you smoke.
What's the proof on this?
115.
Mine's doing.
Yeah, 115. Oh, see now,
Yeah.
we're not doing a pairing right now, but we are. We're not doing a pairing, but the thickness, the viscosity of this cigar and that, the dark notes in that, the dark notes in this, but this has sweetness to it. This cigar does.
So, pairing that you guys have is more of a complementary. Where the one that I have is a contrast pairing. Yeah, but man, it's
You got strong flavor notes in both.
Yes.
They really work well.
This would go down in my books. This pairing would go down in my books. Now, Dave mentioned it off camera that he's got a pairing coming up. We're not going to tell you what it is right now, but it is good. I've smoked and drank both of them, but I don't know that I've had them together. So that will be interesting. But both what he brought are some of my favorites. It'll be good. But we're paying attention to this. And that
Retro Hill on it is smooth.
For one of Black Label's cigars to not burn the daylights out of your sinuses.
Right. I remember the first Rorschach I had. My lips went numb. Handed it off to Rhonda, and she's like, I love it. She loved that strong peppery.
I will be. So the previous show we had our top 10. I will be darned if this isn't on my top 10 for this year.
Interesting. Already.
Yeah. This, when you're thinking about top 10s, it's those cigars that you smoke that you go, holy cow.
Yeah.
And it's a small ring gauge.
Yeah.
So the flavor.
You're going to get that flavor up with that Bradford just.
Yeah, that's what I love about the small ring gauges is just like Noel says, Rojas, you're being the king of small ring gauge is, keeping it small like that because of the flavor, that you're getting through it. That's why I love the Corona, the Logsdales. I don't know what you would call this, a petite something. But it's got it. I don't think it has a
Petite Corona.
Petite Corona. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, Petite Corona. Okay, yeah, I just didn't look at the correct size. Let me see what this. So the blend on this is, they're just so vague. Filler, Nicaraguan. Binder, Ecuador. Wrapper, Ecuadorian Maduro.
So, probably the sad of it is probably the Ecuadorian Habano that's in there from sweetness that you're getting out of.
Well, interesting. They're saying I haven't gotten that yet. It says dark, rich flavors of earth and star anise are paired with bold waves of pepper and baking spice. Cigar starts intense but mellows halfway through, becoming balanced and complex. The bold profile has a long, creamy finish.
So Nicaragua, probably the Nicaraguan Habano, Palapa in the wrapper, in the Ecuadorian Habano, in the pillars. Based upon what you're saying on what we're saying on the notes, what you guys said already.
A creamy finish, I definitely get that. The viscosity on this is just amazing.
And I'm going to say these are probably some very aged tobacco.
Yeah, this is it's got a little toothiness to the wrapper, a little toothiness to it, which I don't mind. But we're doing our own pairing here.
Hey, now, that's time to do here.
Yeah. That's good together.
That is really good together. Holy
news to get to.
We do have some news to get to. Thanks, my producer offset again, reminding me of what we need to do. Stephen, what do you have for some news?
West Tampa Tobacco Company.
Oh, yeah.
Circle of Life.
That is the cigar that I want to get around to. I haven't. But nice segue. Circle, get around to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A little more than 7 months after the originally announced May release, West Tampa has started shipping Circle of Life, a new regular production line that is being produced by Casa Corojo in Santiago, Dominican Republic. The blend uses an Ecuadorian Habano Oscuro wrapper, an Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper, and filler that uses tobacco from Nicaragua's Jalapa, Condega, and Esteli regions, as well as some Dominican Criollo, 99, and it's offered at 3 sizes.
Dominican Corojo. Yeah.
Not Criollo.
Yeah.
Left the eye out. Circle of Life Robusto 5x52.
Yeah.
Circle Life Toro 6x54, and the Circle Life Gigante 6x60. Price range, yeah, 13 to 15.
13
for
to
those
15.
3 different sizes. That's fine.
Yeah.
Rodriguez trained under Ernesto Carrillo
Perez.
Carrillo
Yeah.
during his time at General, and has often cited him as one of his key mentors and teachers. Reuniting with Ernesto on the Circle of Life was an opportunity to connect with my past and lay another brick in my future, says Rodriguez in a press release.
Yeah.
First time that West Tampa has had cigars made by Casa Carrillo, while West Tampa has produced its core lines, the white, black, and red, and made its first Attic Series limited edition at Gramada Cigars, Esteli. It has used other factories in its Olicho Boulevard. A limited edition release in late 23 was made in Nicaragua American Cigars and set in Esteli. So, yeah, they're broadening their production line and using different factories.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the red. I love Tampa, the red. That's a great cigar. That's one that I want to get around to, definitely. Got some news here from Punch. They're making the rare Corojo full-time release.
Oh, buddy.
Launches a new size in a box press El Gordo. Yeah. So the rare Corojo is going to be a full-time release, but they're also releasing it in a new size.
That's exciting.
Yeah. The prayers of the cigar community have been answered. Previously released in limited quantities every year, Rare Corojo is now regular production cigar within the Punch portfolio. In addition, Punch is also launching a new limited edition Rare Corojo size just for 2025. That cigar is a box press El Gordo 6x60. Probably won't smoke that size, but the regular Corojo I will.
Wait, a box press 6x60?
Yeah, box press 6x60.
Now, I've been intrigued on that.
That one,
That's going to bring those oils.
yeah, that one's going to be that features the same blend as the Rare Corojo limited edition production releases. So
I will smoke that one.
it says the Rare Corojo, if you're not familiar with it, it includes an extra rich Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper with a distinctive reddish hue and uniquely smooth taste. It has a Connecticut broadleaf binder in Honduran, Nicaraguan, Dominican, Eloto Cubano fillers. It is a medium-bodied blend with tasting notes of leatherwood and cherry. So Scott Abney, the brand manager, said, for years, Punch fans have clamored for more Rare Corojo, and we're excited to deliver it to them as a regular production line. The classic blend will be available across 9 front marks, in addition to the limited edition box press El Gordo. You've waited patiently for this day to arrive. Now it's time to celebrate. So they've got the Champion, the Figurado 4.5x60, In Cristal 5.5x54, El Doble 5.9x60, Magnum 5.25x54, Pita 6.125x50, Rothschild's 4.5x50, Gusto Tubo, it's a 2, 5x50, Elite 5.25x45, and Rapido 5x40. These range from $5.19 to $11.39.
Punch.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
For that cigar.
yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that's a great cigar. All right, guys, we will be right back. We're going to talk a little bit more about the cigars, a little bit more news, and what we got in this bottle. All right, stay tuned.
Not all cigars are created equal, and there's nothing that's equal to Punch Rare Corojo. We go a step above the rest to make sure that only the best Sumatra leaves are selected for the wrapper. That means it can take up to 2 years to cultivate these heavy, flavorful leaves and make sure they're just right. A rich, well-aged Connecticut broadleaf binder and a mix of Criollo fillers round out this medium-bodied cigar. But it's in the name. It's rare. Rare Corojo doesn't stick around forever, so get it in your humidor before it's gone. Always consistent, always trusted, always punch.
All right, welcome back, guys. Got a little bit more news. This cigar is fantastic. It's sweet on the lips.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I don't know that I've ever got that out of any of Black Label stuff.
Closest thing I could think is the last rites. Really kind of a little sweet, but not anything artificial. It's just
The tobacco.
the tobacco just being
The boondocks. That the boondocks and syrup.
Yeah, okay. Well, this is a fantastic cigar. Another fantastic cigar that people clamor over and they wait for it to come out.
yes.
The CAO Amazon base.
Just recently got announced. As soon as the email hit, people were calling us.
Yeah, I found a store that has got some, and I went ahead because I don't know if I'll find them. You know, if they hit a store, if I'll get there in time.
Right.
So as soon as this guy posted them, I was like, yeah, I'll definitely take some, get a 5-pack of them because they won't sell a whole box.
Yeah. I mean, we've sold a ton of base fast, and with the way it's released and the popularity's come out, we're going to have to treat it like some other limited releases, and
It's going to have to be 1 or 2 per person and type thing or something to make sure that more people can enjoy it. If you don't remember, it launched. The first one came out in 2014. I remember that. That one was amazing.
Jim, the previous owner, I think in 2014,
How many boxes? Yeah.
I think it was 500 boxes.
Yeah.
Sold.
So they did,
Before anybody knew what it was.
Yeah.
And the Bergonca leaf and what it does to tobacco.
how they age it and everything.
Yeah.
Because they've got a little bit of that in here. It's a rare tobacco, like you're saying, the Bergonca in the rainforest. I did that one time. I thought it's cool. I was in the Amazon and I smoked in Amazon Basic.
Yep.
That's just a cool factor. It's like eating sushi in Japan.
Right.
Or, just one of those things. So
Go
I had
to
to
the source.
I had to do that. But so they go through this whole thing. It says that it when it launched, okay, sourcing the rare tobacco from the rainforest, transporting it by canoe.
Yeah.
Because you to get in and out of the Amazon, you're going by water. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's your traveling.
There are no roads.
No roads, no landing strips.
Oh.
If the landing strip where we landed when we went there is out, and then you're taking a boat to go in.
Yeah.
That's it. And the growing it is unspoiled land was a logistical nightmare, but we knew the end result was a cigar worthy effort. We thrilled to bring it back, this special blend for 2025, and answer the calls for more. It centers on the Bergonca, like you said, which is organically grown on unspoiled tropical land in the Amazon rainforest. Seedlings are transplanted directly into the soil a full yard apart.
Wow.
Okay. Resulting in less than half the yield of other tobacco plants, right? So you're giving that thing plenty of room. The leaves hopefully maybe get a little bigger or something. I don't know. I don't know all the growing stuff.
Well, with it being where they grow, and when obviously, they're going to get sunlight for a limited time, but they're also going to be in a lot of shade that's naturally provided by the forest.
And the moisture that's in
Oh, yeah.
that forest. The leaves are rolled by hand into tubes called carotes.
Yeah.
Where they undergo 6 months of natural fermentation. They are then transported out of the rainforest by canoe, taken to the mainland, and ultimately brought to the CAO factory in Esteli. The blenders allow the aromatic Bergonca leaf to take center stage, surrounded by tobacco curated from 4 different countries. Interesting. Okay. With a hardy Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper from the highest priming, a Nicaraguan binder, Dominican and Colombian. I didn't realize that in the filler to complement the Braganca. The CAO Basin experience is exotic, yes.
Yes.
And 18 count rustic wood box. The box is cool. Wish I had one. Steve got one right here.
They're around here.
It's a 6x52, and it's $14.49 per cigar. You're talking about a cigar that only comes out
Every 3,
yeah,
if I'm not even sure if they're hitting that.
yeah, every 2 years or 3 years, but
They have the Basin, the Urbano,
yeah,
and I'm trying to remember the third.
Anaconda.
Anaconda.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like they're all good, but the Basin hits on notes that you never really get to taste in most tobacco.
Yeah,
So rare and unique.
yeah, and then on top of that, when it hits a store, it will be sold out.
Yeah.
The store will not be able to keep those in stock.
You notice they're not even disclosing how many they produced.
Right.
You know, back in 2014, I think it was only 2,500 boxes.
Wow. Well, that's a little bit of news. Now, the other news we've got, like I said, it's almost like we're doing 2 pairings, like Dave said. Our trip that we took, we went on vacation, Christmas, and we were down around Marble Falls, and we're close to High Texas. We're close to Fredericksburg. We're at all the great places. Hill country. I love the hill country. I used to live in San Antonio, so I love that area. But I'd never been to the distillery, and we got to go to Garrison Brothers Distillery, take the tour, and we talked a little bit about this already. The different colors, we got to do the whole tour of the wax, how they do the wax, changing up that process a little bit. It's cool. You can go in there and you can volunteer for a 2-day to work and do the waxing of the bottles. And of course, you get to taste stuff. And the food that they bring in is not like sandwiches. You're not eating sandwiches. You're eating brisket. You're eating high-end breakfast, lunch, dinner for 2 days because you're working.
A biscuit with chicken and bourbon honey butter all over. Yeah, and then they come around with these beautiful little communal plates with bourbon in them. So you're always sampling the product,
Yeah.
and assured of the quality that you are bottling.
Yeah.
It's a great adventure. You know, if you could be in the hill country, if you could volunteer your time, it is an experience worth going.
And then on top of that, because you volunteer, you get a 50% discount on bottles.
Yeah.
And Steven's talking from experience because you happened across the owner
Right. Dan, a long time ago.
when he was first starting Garrison Brothers, and it was one barn. That's all there was one barn.
Yep.
Another person and a dog.
Donis, the master distiller, Dan, and a dog.
Yeah. And Steven was out hunting. He happened across him. So Steven, they have what's called the original 300, right?
Old 300.
The old 300.
In homage to the original 300 families that came to Texas to populate it when it was under Spanish control.
Okay, I got you.
Yes, Spanish.
So Steven is one of the original investors in that. So they have the old 300. Steven is number 4. Steven and Rhonda are number 4. And so we took the tour, we did the tastings, we learned all the history and everything. And just the way they talked about it, it's like, dude, I got to figure out a way to get 2 days off to go down there and volunteer and do the bottling, because that just sounds fun. I mean, to make friends with people, the whole staff and everybody just super friendly. The compound, that it is a compound now.
Yeah.
Not just one barn.
Oh,
It is gorgeous the way it's laid out. It was a great time. You know, they take you down there and little wagon pulled, and you get off and you go to each building, and then you go through the distillery, and you can stop back off in the gift shop and get you some things. They got T-shirt, the bottle opener and everything to mount on my wall in my man cave. Very cool. This, it's the original Texas whiskey, and I think with this cigar, it's nothing like it. I've never had this cigar, and I have only drank that once. I'm talking about a sip.
Yeah.
We had a tasting and we were sharing it, and I had a sip of it. But now to have actually more, and with this cigar, this, like Dave Yancey says, this one goes down in my books as a great pairing. The color on this, when the glass is full, is just amazing.
Dark caramel color.
Yeah, and then of course, Black Label's cigars are always going to be that. Not always, because they do have some Connecticut's.
Yeah.
They've got the Killer Bee, and they've got the whole green, the Hornet, and everything. This one, the dark notes that come out of this, they go with that dark notes. I think this is a fantastic. This was our own pairing. Mm-hmm. Dave Yancey and I will do another pairing coming up. So stay tuned for that. But this was fantastic. We had some great news. Yep. Fantastic cigar and drink. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Today's Cigar Tip is brought to you by Micallef Cigars.
Stephen, I need another tip, please.
All right. This is a seasonal one. So as the seasons change, it's always a good idea to look at recalibrating your hygrometer. Make sure it's still accurate.
Exactly.
Right. There are a multitude of different ways to do it. One of them is something like this. This is from Boveda. It's a very heavy-duty plastic bag with a Boveda bag in it. So you put your hygrometer in here, leave it generally 24 hours or so. There's a nice set of instructions on it. And see if your hygrometer is coming in at the same percentage as in the Boveda.
And then you just make note of what the numbers are, plus or minus.
Right. And if it's an analog, hey, just adjust your hygrometer a little bit and you're set.
Good tip, man.
2 families, 1 cigar. Join the Ambassador Program today to make it a perfect blend.
All right, Dave.
Another pairing.
Another pairing. Second show of the year.
Second pairing of the day. For you.
Yeah, really. That one was good. But looking at this, and I know that's a great cigar, and I'm looking at that, I know that's great juice.
So I had,
but I don't know that I put it together.
I had to bring this on. So I was on off the record with Lauren.
Okay.
She got me these before they were released.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And she wanted me to do a pair, just as I did with black for her and blue. Or she said, what are we going to do with pairing? So I said, let's do this one here. So I want to try this right. And so we did the pairing on her show live right there.
Right.
And I was like, this is just not what a pairing. Well, as we know from last episode, that this is one of my top 10 and one of your top 10.
Top 5.
Top 5s for both of us.
Those of us, top 5s.
This is in my top 10 of whiskeys for 2020.
Yeah, I didn't do a top 10 for whiskeys because it's just not, I'm not that keen, that's not me. I mean, I know some good stuff, but, I don't pay attention to it as much. I enjoy it. Definitely enjoy it.
I was mentioning offline just the other day where someone asked me why I did a top 10 to this. It's like, it's when you're in the industry and this is what you do, especially as an influencer and a writer, you're kind of expected to do that. So, I put together one, and this is probably my favorite rye, that hands down my favorite rye.
Yeah.
And I've had some phenomenal ryes.
So now, we talked, Stephen and I, we had Garrison Brothers, and there's different Texas whiskeys that have that funk. That is one whiskey that I do not get Texas funk out of.
No, you won't.
So,
and this is a great glass. So, meaning that it's all Texas grains, it's Texas water, from
From the time they make it to the time you pour it in your glass, it's all Texas.
It's all Texas.
Yeah.
Yancey is a phenomenal.
The nose, right?
Yes.
She know? It's called the nose, right? She's pretty much. I mean, and she can identify things kind of like Luciano can.
Yes.
With tobacco, she does with whiskey or bourbons and
if you talk,
spirits.
We were talking about touring. You tour the Still Austin Distillery, and you'll see the column still in the distillery, which is I want to say it's a 24 column that they call the Nancy.
Oh,
because she does. So this is one of her blends.
Okay.
And it's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful blend.
Yeah, I've turned some people onto that, brought that into the lounge, and let people try it. They've gone out and bought bottles, and they just thoroughly enjoy that. And I have a bottle that's drank through like yours, and I've got another full one at home because it is that good. I don't want to run out of this. It is fantastic. The cigar is, I don't know how many of these I've smoked.
I bought it. The cigar was box worthy, man. I bought a box.
Oh yeah,
I bought a box. And we both were very familiar with both of these, but you're not familiar with how they pair together.
I am not. I don't think that I've ever paired these together. I could have, and it might have been at the lounge or something, and I just wasn't paying attention. And who cares? I got a good drink and a cigar, and you're just. I'm playing darts or talking or whatever, and I'm not paying attention. Now we're paying attention. Now we're going to pay attention to what this is. We're going to do our normal thing, cigar to drinks a cigar. Because, look, guys, Micallef sponsors my tip. I am not biased whatsoever, other than the fact that these are fantastic cigars.
They're fantastic cigars. And everything that Micallef has done is just been, high quality. And that's what we love with their color series.
Yeah, the color series.
My favorite. As I mentioned last episode, I did an article in the most recent issue of our magazine called The Trifecta of Colors. Same issue. I did an article on Still Austin on their great new glass and what they're doing.
Okay.
What these two bring out together is what I wanted to share with you.
Okay.
Knowing how much we love both of these individually, to share with you how these two, the notes, truly marry each other.
I'm looking forward to it because the cigar, I mean, the black came out, loved it because it was bolder than the rest of their cigars, which I still love. The Migdalia, especially the special edition Migdalia, the smaller Corona size, the Francia,
the experience,
even the Torcedores. Holy cow! But then the black, then the blue, now the red. The red was just fantastic.
The black brought back memories of
black brought back.
The black brought back memories of the Micallef Bowl.
Yes, exactly.
That they discontinued.
Yeah,
and they wanted to bring the black back. For that, that's all it's hard to say. Because when they discontinued the Bold series, people were kind of disappointed.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Oh, the old series of the Sumatra.
Yeah.
And the Matafina. I love those cigars, and I still have some. But anyways, we're getting into this cigar. We're good. You and I are right on track. Okay, we're good. I'm talking. You're talking. But we know how. If you have not had this cigar, I am telling you, you need to go out and find it. $8.
Box worthy in what they're doing with the different San Andres. Not San Andreas, that's a fault.
Yeah.
It's
San Andres.
San Andres, Mexican region. What they're doing with it that nobody else is doing that I know. The black is the straight San Andres that everybody has done, which is the Corojo.
Uh-huh.
The blue is the Sumatra. This is a Habano.
Yeah.
Road in the San Andres region.
Yeah. And just the whole factor of just what Micallef does with the brick and mortars. If you've watched the previous show, I did a show with Al Micallef and Dan Thompson 2 toured the whole distribution center there. Back before these even came out.
Yeah.
You know, so you can see what they're about in Al Micallef, just a fantastic person. And Amanda and all those guys, Lauren,
You've had Lauren,
Jason, the rep, the fantastic people. Yeah, so the whole company is what I love. And then on top of that, the construction of these cigars, I've never.
I mean, just even in here, look at that.
The draw, the construction, every single time. So now, Still Austin is something that I happened across because of you being on the show. I can't remember which one it was, but you brought it on here, and so
brought on the Cask Straight Musician, which is their bourbon.
Okay, I don't remember, but I'll believe you.
Look at the artwork. So the artwork, they have an artist that works for that does the work for them. This is called the artist.
Yeah.
First one is called the musician, which has a musician in the same style bar on it.
All right, so we're gonna get into this. Obviously into our cigar already, but I already know I like both of these. I already know that. This is the Cask Strength. And so this is a rye.
This is the rye.
And this is, can't read that, Dave.
It'll stick it one, you snip it to you. 116 proof.
116, okay?
So for me, this is a medium proof.
Coming up to high,
it's coming up to high, but it's itching up on it.
Yeah, it's coming up there, but it's the Cask Strength, which I'm really starting to enjoy more, is the Cask Strength, the barrel proofs, all those things that. It's just the flavors are just richer. What I get out of it, so I enjoy it. And then I love their whiskey.
Their juices really.
So let's do this. How are we doing this? Cigar first?
So go cigar to drink.
Cigar to drink first. It is. Oh. Oh,
you need some in your glass, Steve.
Oh, wow. Yeah, see now. Oh, wow. What was that? It was almost like a berry of some sort that came through. It was like a berry of some sort.
The stone.
Have you had this before, Stephen?
I don't think I have had this rock.
Yeah. Now, it's got some spice to it.
But it's a white pepper spice.
Yeah, it's not a real bad one.
No.
But it's so flavorful. I think you'll be good with what the flavor will do compared to the spice that you get. Oh, Stephen's eyes went.
Yeah, I'm getting the spice.
Yeah. But I like that spice now.
So, you've heard me say it before, with rice, we talked about this on the last episode about your rye breads.
Right.
The types of spice, yes, you do get some peppers, but pepper itself, your black pepper, your white pepper, your peppercorn, really it's a spice, but it's not a spice as in a hot spice like your capsicum type.
Yeah, right.
Your nightshades. It's a different type of spice. A lot of the spices that we get out of rice are more along the lines of your cooking spices. So you get cinnamon, you get some turmeric, you get some cumin, different types of cooking spices from that.
Okay.
The rye berry is also known for the stone fruit notes on that. So the stone fruits will need, just on this one here, and you up front, so a little bit of that apricot before the apparent, you get a little bit of that apricot type nose. That white pepper comes in, and then that apricot just kind of rolls back around on just the palate of the drink itself. When you bring the cigar into it, that stone fruit kind of changes a little bit to now you're getting more of your type of raspberry, blackberry type note.
Well, that's what I was getting. I couldn't figure out if it wasn't distinct enough for me, but it was a berry note. It wasn't, but it was distinct enough for me to know it was a berry. But it wasn't blueberry, but was it raspberry or blackberry or boysenberry or something like that?
Something
But
along that
it would have been along those lines. But I wasn't sure.
It's that little bit of that sweetness with that little bit of that curtness with it.
Yeah. All right. So I went cigar to drink. So I'm not going to go drink the cigar down and see if I get something different. Oh, wow. So that was different. I definitely like cigar to drink better. I picked up better notes. That one was still good. It was different, but I don't know what it is. It's almost like sourdough.
Okay.
It's almost like, the thickness of a sourdough bread. It's almost like that. But what's interesting is, because when we do this on the show, when I'm sitting at home or at the lounge or whatever, and I drink that, I'm going, okay, this is good. I like it. But that's all. That's it. That's it. That's surface level. It's good. I love it. Yum. But on here, when we do this and we sit down, just like what you're talking about, if you guys do this on your own, then you want to take notes because you're paying attention to it.
Paying attention, you're focusing on it. You're not distracted by other things.
Exactly.
I like.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And then things start coming through. You're like, oh, that's a berry. Instead of just going, oh, that's delicious. And can I have more, please? You're paying attention to it. I already know I love this cigar. I already know I love that stuff. But to put them together, I really don't know that I have. And I haven't put them together in this setting where I paid attention. That's for sure. And I like it when we do that, because when you're on here and we're talking, bouncing off each other, you'll say some things sometimes when we've had pairings and I'll go, yeah, I'm not getting that. But then I'll say, like what I just said, sourdough bread. You go, okay, that's interesting, because you do more pairings than I do. You pay attention to it more. You write on it. You do all those things. And so you understand if Dave says he's getting sourdough, that could be because of this or that. The rye. I didn't know rye was a berry.
Rye. So rye is a berry style grain.
Yeah,
it's still grain, but they call it the rye berry. So it's still berry style grain. And I don't know what it is about it that brings out that stone fruit note. But it's just like, with the wheat. Why is it with the wheat grain that we get more of your sherry type notes and along with the red notes? Why is it that with barley we get more of your cocoa type notes in it? Why is it that in corn we get that honey type note?
Yeah.
So there's something about it. And I think, we can get into the science of it, and talk with people, and it has to do with all of the chemistry behind it. But being able to identify and associate each of those with the different types of grains really helps you understand the drinks a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely.
Same thing with the tobacco. We're talking about how, Sumatras have a little bit of sweetness, but they're predominantly type of earthy, and that sweetness will be amplified depending on what region it is. Same with the Criollos, the Corojos, all of the different types of seeds. come into play. Learning those is what really helps you really understand how the pairings come in together.
Yeah. This is that is really good. Yeah, come on, Dave.
You must take longer draws than I do.
I think so. Talking about that, that's interesting. Do that. How do you draw on a cigar? Then show me. When you do a draw, you do. Okay, so that's one draw. So me, I go like this. I go 1, 2, 3. So I got one,
two quick ones,
two quick ones, and then one long one.
Yeah.
So mine might burn a little bit more because I'm doing that.
Yeah, you're gonna cause that cherry to heat up a little bit more.
But there are some times when a cigar is burning really, really good that one draw is enough because I'm trying to get as much smoke in my mouth as possible.
I take a lit on my one single draw. I usually do about a 4 count.
Okay.
About a 4 count on that drum.
Okay. Yeah, that's an interesting note. How do you guys? I mean, have you ever paid attention to how you're smoking your cigar? Do you do a 1, 2, 3? Do you do a 1, 2? Do you just do one long draw? And do you change it up?
Do you do what a lot of younger smokers I see what they do is this right here. So they don't even hold the smoke in, or while they're drawing it in.
Yeah, and it never sits in their mouth.
Never sits in their mouth, and I think it's because there's the fear that they're going to accidentally inhale it.
Yeah.
So they kind of got that apprehensive, I don't want to inhale it type of feeling around.
Right.
And which is fine. That's how you enjoy your smoking your cigars. There's nothing wrong with that. But you're kind of missing out on some of that experience and being able to taste the cigar. I've talked to people and said, well, all I get is tobacco. Okay, that's good. It's like drinking a bourbon. All I get is the caramel. Okay, you should.
Yeah.
You shouldn't get caramel out of it. You should get vanilla out of a whiskey.
Yeah.
Because that's part of the process. But when you hold it in and you allow all of your sensories, your olfactories, your senses on your palate,
all around your tongue, everything, yeah.
Then you start experiencing the different flavors more.
Yeah, take that whiskey in your mouth and chew it. Just work it.
Chew the smoke.
Yeah, chew the smoke too. Yeah, exactly.
Allow it to.
And if you're not good at retrohaling, you could keep the smoke in your mouth longer.
Yeah, it's what we would call the chipmunk retro, where and you're kind of pushing the smoke up into your olfactory passiveness up here.
Yeah. So that's going to help you get more out of your cigar. The same way as you nose it, you get it into your olfactories before you taste it.
Use both nostrils.
Because this nostril will smell something different than this one. Believe it or not, it will.
And like what we were talking about last episode, when you take your sip, keep your mouth, when you're breathing in,
keep your mouth open.
Keep your mouth open. Breathe in through your mouth.
Yeah, and you will get it because it'll go through your nose.
It's what we call retrohaling a sip.
Yeah, and so taking all those things into to account, if you're gonna sit down with something new, that's and you really want to pay attention to it, and is this a good pairing? Do I ever want to come back to this again? Type of thing, or you could, you don't have to, and you just go, dadgum, that was good. That there is always that. But I gotta blow some of the glass. I gotta blow some glasses.
I'll wait for that.
Again, our aged and ore glasses. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, my goodness. That was fantastic. So much sweetness.
The sweet
So much sweetness. That was fantastic.
but yet you still have that cooking spices.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Real long finish on this.
Beautiful long finish of it. It resonates. It reminds you. It draws you back to wanting another sip.
Okay, wrapping this thing up. Why did you bring this in again? Why? What was it about this that really nailed it for you?
Just the way the two contrast, that you wouldn't think that these would go together. You know, a lot of people would say, oh, 115, 116 vertical fry, that's just going to power over that cigar. But the cigar has enough boldness in its flavors to be able to stand up where the two and the contrast can come back together and say, hello,
How you doing?
how you doing?
Glad to see you again.
Yes. And those flavors just marry together in a way that you just showed through your own reactions of a, oh, wow,
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
No. It's a great, already a great cigar, already a great juice. I'm gonna have to do this again. You know what? How do you think this would pair with the blue?
I think the blue would pair exceptionally well with this.
Yeah.
I have not done this with the blue, but because I have paired the blue with the rye, and my favorite pairing with the blue is with a Manhattan or Rough Roy.
Yeah.
I've also done the blue with a dry martini. It is just
I don't do martinis.
so good.
I don't do martinis. Not a martini
We
guy.
might have to
Hey.
work on that.
No.
Yeah, you said that on a few other things that I come back and introduce you to, and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
there was a sweet mash, no, the sweet
Sour mash.
that introduced you to that you're like,
Yeah.
okay, I didn't think I liked sour mashes.
Yeah. Yeah, but I've had martinis before, and it's like, I don't like olives. I don't like,
You don't have to have it, all of it.
well, I don't like olive juice either.
That's a dirty martini.
Okay. I don't like gin.
Vodka martini.
Okay. Dave's gonna get it in here, by golly. All right, man. That's another great pairing, dude.
For me, this is one of the pairings that goes.
This would definitely. Stevens and I, with the pairing of Garrison Brothers and that Black Label, and this one, these are two pairings right here that we had on the show today that go down in my books, especially blowing that in the glass. You guys do that? Do you blow the smoke in your glass and try it that way?
If you don't, you need to.
Yeah, really. And tell me what you think. Put some comments in below. Tell me what you think.
And I need to give a shout out to Ash Red, because Ash Red is the first one that did that on our show when we had our show, and introduced me to that. And it's like, wow, I never even thought about that.
I mean, that's a smoked drink right now. Let it sit in there for a while. You can see with these glasses, you can do it with a gland, where it's going to sit in there and it's going to get on that whiskey. And yeah, that is, holy cow, that is just freaking delicious, man. Thanks for bringing this in, Dave. I mean, yeah, I knew that was good. I knew this was good, but I haven't paid attention to it. So, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Learned a little bit more on tasting. Like he says, explore the pairings. But this was fantastic. Another great pair. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You guys, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Pick up your collectible Texas Cigar Roadshow laser engraved whiskey glass at giftygarage.net. Hey y'all, how's it going? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Got my new HERF in. You can see that right here, HERF. You know what a HERF is. But this is the HERF Coolidor by HERF. And it comes with these 3 trays like this. So what I've done is I took, just to get this thing prepared, it's not even ready yet. It comes with 3 of these trays like this, with 3 of these to go in each one. I'm going to show you how they all fit together. You can arrange these however you want. These slats come out, or the dividers come out, and they go into these slots. So however you want to arrange this thing. Some of them, you know, just fit right in those slots. So I want a big section in here or whatever, a small section, or I could just take this out altogether and just leave it wide open. Don't have to have these in there. Don't have to have these in there. Maybe you want a special, you know, certain cigars separated for whatever reason you want. And so you've got your little special cigars in here. You can see this is pretty much 2 trays deep, almost. It goes a little bit above the edge, so it's not like you could stack 2 of these together, because another tray, this thing, there's 2 more of these that will fit on top of each other. What you can see here is there's a lip. You can see this lip right here. And that other tray fits on top of this, form-fitted. And these things, they've got some nice handles on the side. When you're doing it from the inside, you'll have to grab them in like this, and it just sits down at the bottom. Another tray, got one right off to the side here. It will just fit. Boom, it's in there. Put the other one on top. I could put this one, these little boxes, all in the same tray, whatever I want to do. Interesting little point about this too is these come apart. These have got little magnets on there, and magnets on the end here, these little dots right there, if you can see that little dot right there, and then little magnets here. So then those just snap back together, and I've got my individual tray. For whatever reason, you put that in there. So what I've done is, taking these out, I got my, where did I put that? Oh, there it is. So I've already done this. This is, you can see, I've wiped it down, and I got a lot of dust and things off of these trays. This is a non-lint. You want something that's not going to leave lint behind in your trays. I took my distilled water, always use distilled water. And this is just very damp. It is not dripping wet at all. And I'm just wiping the trays down, not to humidify them, but to remove any type of dust or debris that could be in there. And you can see what happened to this towel. So I definitely got some stuff off there. So I've already wiped everything down. And like I said, you can arrange this however you want. So I'm gonna reach in here. I'm gonna take this one back out. So what I'm in the process of doing right now is I need to condition this thing to get ready to put my cigars in there. Now this thing is rated at being able to hold 450 cigars. That one's in there. Now I wiped this down inside, outside, all the way around, got everything. I'm gonna put this tray in there, and I'm going to set that in there, boom, right there. The top has got a lip on there too. You can see this lip here, and it's gonna sit inside this lip. It's got these nice cables on the side so it won't extend way past where it should. And then it's got a nice metal clasp right here. You can hear that, that's metal clasp. And it's gonna sit down and you're gonna lock it. It's got some nice handles right here so you can pick this thing up. Take the clasp off, So what I'm going to do is, I think in the middle tray, so it's even, you know, it's in a centralized location. So I'm going to take this out, and I've got a shallow dish, and I am going to fill it with my distilled water. Now, you don't want to be clumsy or anything and spill, so I would advise you to fill the tray off to the side. You don't have to have it totally full or anything, because if it evaporates, you can just put some more in there, which it will absorb, I should say, into the woods. So I've got some water in there. I'm going to put it down here in the middle tray. Put this one on top of it. Close the lid, lock it, and you know, once that's set, this baby is going to stay shut for at least a week. I'm also going to send in there, I found these little Govies, and these are Bluetooth hygrometers, and this comes in a pack of them. So little bitty hygrometer. Well, you hook it up to your phone, you can see what you can rename it. I'll name this one HERF, Coolidor, and got the batteries in there. You just pull this tab out, it's activated once you hook up to Bluetooth. So then I'm going to stick this in here, off to the side, off to the corner, not directly over the top of the water, but over here in the corner. I'm going to lock it back up, and like I said, this thing is going to stay shut for at least a week. Now on my phone, without having to open this, I'll be able to monitor the humidity and temperature inside this thing. I've got several of these in other Tupperdoors I've got. So I got this one. Hopefully I will be able to condense into here and get rid of a couple of my other Coolidors or my Tupperdoors into this Coolidor. This one being, it's got the trays, it's very cool. I've got trays in one of my other Coolidors or Tupperdoors. So I want to be able to centralize everything a little bit more. Very cool product. It looks great. I can sit something else on the top. It's got a nice ridge here. This is the HERF Coolidor, and I think it's a great product. I'm looking forward to using it, guys. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
All right. Fantastic cigar, fantastic show.
Oh,
Would
yes.
you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Another great pairing. Dave Yancey, fun, great cigar, great spirit that I definitely love. This was a surprise.
It very much was. It's definitely gonna have to smoke this a couple more times this year.
Yeah, definitely.
It's starting to make the list real quick.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Solid cigar. And another great show, like I said. I appreciate you guys for watching. Don't forget to help us on the social media side. Hit that notification bell. That's the subscribe button, that like button. Share it with your friends. Exactly. That definitely helps. Yeah, but comment below. I mean, I love to see the comments, the interaction. If you got the time, just slip a comment, what you like or didn't like, or what you'd like to see, or anything like that. We're starting out a new year, second show of the year. I think we're starting kind of strong.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Great start to the year.
This is fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Wherever you're at, you guys just remember, enjoy the leaf.
Grow the culture.
We'll see you.
Texas Cigar Roadshow is presented by Lone Star Cigar Association.